We're back. Sam's back with me. How are you, Sam?
Excellent. Let's go. Pumped. Round 2.
It's been, about 6-7 episodes, 6-7 weeks since you were in here last?
Yeah.
How's life been treating you since then? What's new in your world?
Nothing. I have nothing to complain about. There's nothing new.
Lucky I got you in then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's go.
How's your coaching going? You're doing the downs, div...
Well,
C grade.
You had me on Phone Book Millionaire the other week and you said it was like Div 8 or something, but it's Div 1 Resis, all right? It's Div 1 Resis.
I did you a little bit dirty. How they been tracking?
Yeah, so-so.
So-so?
So-so.
That's all right. Also a teacher. How's that been tracking?
So-so.
So-so? Have you confiscated any vapes lately?
No, but I reckon they're always for sale out on the soccer pitch.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You know where to get one if you need something?
If I needed one, but I don't. But if you needed one,
you could message the page and we'll get Sam to go out to the soccer pitch at lunch.
Yeah.
Last time we had you on here, we previewed the last couple of weeks of the Premier League season.
Yep.
Because you do have your own podcast, Night Shift Football. Check them out. They give a lot of detailed analysis that we don't usually cover. But we previewed the last few weeks and we said Arsenal were most likely going to bottle it.
Yep.
That's your team.
Yep.
How did that end up happening? Did that come to fruition?
They bottled it. They absolutely did a bottle job and a half.
How are you feeling about your team at the moment?
You have to reflect on it and say it was actually a win this season.
Because no one did have them top 4 at all at the start.
No, they didn't. So it's an achievement. Man City are a juggernaut as well. What are you meant to do? How do you stop them?
What can you do? But yeah, other teams are tracking along a lot. All right. Collingwood.
Got the
hot pies.
We're up and about. Yeah, take them out the oven. They're pretty hot. Pretty hot.
Speaking about your podcast,
yeah,
you've got something for me today.
I do have something for you.
I'd like to take it away.
So obviously we ran a Premier League fantasy competition.
Yep.
Where you pick your dream team, whatever. And you've come out on top.
Bang!
And I did say we would have a trophy for the winner.
Yeah.
People said it couldn't happen. It won't happen.
It wouldn't.
Well, it's happened. It's here. I'm going to reveal to you now.
Get it out, because I can't actually believe that there was a trophy, because there was just a running joke throughout the year on your podcast that there wasn't going to be a trophy. But you've come through with the goods.
Is there a trophy?
What have you got for me? Oh, Jesus Christ.
Look what we have here. All right.
If you're listening and not watching the video, imagine the size of the actual FA Cup or something like that. This is big.
And I'll turn it around for those that are watching the visuals, the camera there. We may have had to just tape over a plaque of some sort.
So you've got the paper and sticky tape. Night Shift Football Fantasy winner 2023 Todd's Flogs.
That was your team name, wasn't it?
That was my team name,
yeah. Absolutely.
So this is obviously an old trophy. What have you covered over there?
Let's peel it back. UniSA Indoor Soccer Competition 2012 winners, the Boys in Blue.
Well, was that
there
you?
You can take that.
Thank you. I'll take that.
Hold it up in the air.
Yeah,
there you go.
Should I pour some beer in?
Probably not right now. Probably could do with a wash, but
bit of mold in there.
I did rinse it out just before I brought it here, but still.
So what? Unis are using taxpayers' money to give out massive trophies to every fucking indoor soccer team.
I think some PE students ran a program, and as part of that program, they held a soccer competition.
Yep.
Me and some mates won it.
Yep.
And I think they spent the entire budget on their tournament on that trophy, and I'm happy they did because it's impressive.
It was a $50 entry for all teams, and it was a $1,000 trophy.
Yeah, it's worth it. Look at it.
This means a lot to me. I didn't have anything prepared, but no.
Who would you like to thank?
I'd like to thank Gabriel Martinelli. He banged in a few goals for me.
Good.
The Brighton boys, Matoma, McAllister, they got it all done for me. But yeah, ran away with it. There was only ever going to be one winner, wasn't there?
Oh, you were in front for a long time. I think you should also thank the people, wherever they are now, who ran the 2012 indoor soccer competition.
Where are they now? Who knows? Yeah. And I'd like to thank God. Wouldn't. No, not really. But this means a lot to me because I never really win anything. As you can see, this is the biggest trophy I've ever won. It is a big trophy. I've got my other trophies out on the table.
Yeah, I saw that.
One was Jared's.
They look freshly polished too.
Yeah, I polish them every week. been done dirty. One's under this beanie here.
Oh.
There's another one.
Oh.
So I'm the only person in history to go most improved 2020 into most improved 2021. How bad did you used to be?
Where was the bar set? You won it 2 years in a row.
What does that tell a player?
It tells you you'll be running around in the resis a bit.
It tells you probably should have won the 2020 Coaches Trophy. That's what it tells you.
Coaches Trophy, most improved. What's next? What's on the horizons for you now then?
Well, I reckon there's another one up there. That is most consistent. Not sure how that happened. Consistently, so I've got consistently shit.
Most consistently improving.
And then the other one down there is Jared's golden boot with 4 goals.
That is, I've got a few golden boots.
Yeah.
If I had one with 4 on it, I'd probably throw it out. That's
Or you'd probably
4.
come put it on the table of a podcast and we just.
give it to you.
But yeah, I don't win. This is the biggest trophy I've ever had. I don't win things.
Yep.
The back-to-back most improved, probably only other thing. When I was younger, I won a Bob the Builder. They used to do Bob the Builder magazine. I won a colouring in competition.
Wow.
And I wasn't even the one that coloured it in. It was my cousin. I was too young.
Bob,
I did it.
Dizzy, the whole gang.
Oh, the gang was all there.
The gang
Wendy,
was all there.
Dizzy, Lofty.
Oh, maybe. Yeah.
What
Why not?
are the other ones? Muck.
I don't know.
So this is how I won it.
Yeah, right. So you didn't even colour it in.
No, because I was like 2, but my cousin was helping me. But my name went in the magazine.
Yeah,
Like, you know
okay.
those magazines had like the kids' corner. It's like, well, it's Bob the Builder magazine. The whole thing's a kids' corner. But it's like, winners this week. Todd had his fucking picture.
And they're like, shit, this 2-year-old's
This
going
2-year-old,
places.
this 2-year-old, he's painting like fucking Da Vinci or some shit.
This 2-year-old's going to be a back-to-back most improved one day.
But they're the only things I've ever won. Have you ever won anything?
Just your standard trying really hard at sports stuff. I was having a think. Do you know what really triggers me these days?
Uh-oh.
Is, when you enter those, I don't know how much you love a meat tray raffle.
Oh,
right? You buy your raffle tickets, but they got those ones you enter, you put in your email.
Yeah.
So with our friend of the show, Trav, we were at the races, Tail and Bend. We entered this draw to win hot laps in a Jack Daniels sponsored supercar, right?
That sounds all right.
We didn't win.
Oh, no.
But conveniently, it's one of those things where everybody wins the second prize.
Second chance draw.
And they call you up and say, oh, you remember entering this? Yeah. Well, you've won second prize, which is Studio 2000, spend $400 and get $200 off or some.
Where is that? Where's
junk
Studio
like that.
2000?
One of those photo places,
Oh, no.
The photo. They used to have the ads on TV. I think they're struggling a bit these days, but yeah.
Yeah, I know the ones that are family
Yeah.
photos. They are scary. We was talking about this the other day. Photography is like the biggest scam going around. Like these people that do the family photos on the beach, or on the lounge somewhere, they make them look really nice.
They are. They look
nice. But have you seen some of the prices they charge for them?
I haven't, but I'd imagine it's.
I feel like I could get
much.
down there with an iPhone and go snap, send you on the way. You keep the other 1,500.
You keep it. Yeah.
I'll keep the other 1,500.
Yeah, half price.
Half
done.
price, done.
iPhone.
We'll go rub it through the pokies at the Angle Tavern.
Phone cameras are getting ridiculous. These
Yeah, they
days
are.
as well. So
Because like this one here, even this one like does 4K whatever frames, and I was like looking at buying an actual camera. It's like, what's the point? I got a phone that can do it.
You're not meant to spoil the illusion of your Hollywood studio.
Oh no,
with all the cameras and
I got
the
like
lights.
eight light rings. Fucking.
He's got a lot of cameras and lights, but we still use the 4K phone. That's just how good it is.
That's how good. That's how we roll around here. Have you won anything else in your life, or just the second place Studio 2000?
Want to spin the wheel at the local pub? But,
how good's that?
Yeah, you.
I won the spin the wheel. What'd you win on the wheel when it spun around?
On the wheel, I won a respin, and then I spun it again, and I won 2 free cocktails.
Whoa!
Which I couldn't have because I drove that night. But locals were happy.
But if you were to get them, what would you have had?
Espresso martinis.
Oh, I'm not into them.
Not into them.
Nah.
Anything with whiskey? Anything else? Some gin?
Yeah. Well, I guess that would have been for you, so it doesn't really care. It doesn't matter if I was into them or not.
Well, I might win it again. Maybe we'll
Maybe
get
have one each.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
I don't know. I always loved the big fish bowls. of
yeah.
I don't know what they shoved in them, but
Some sort of
something
tropical
funky.
fruit.
Yeah, that's what I was into.
Yeah.
But yeah, have you won a meat tray yet over at the pub?
I have.
They're not bad, are they?
Pretty good. Generous offering.
Very generous, very generous. We mentioned before you were a teacher.
Yeah, I'm unsure about whether we should have or not.
I probably shouldn't. We won't say where or who. This is not about you, so it's all right. It's all good. I haven't done a big current affair expose following you around.
60 minutes. Tracy Grimshaw's out here.
Australia's worst teacher.
Oh,
but I haven't found Australia's worst teacher. I found the world's worst teacher.
The world's worst teacher.
And I just want to see if you could maybe sympathise a bit here, or
all right.
or maybe if you think it's not on. This comes from news.com.au, our favourite news source around here.
Reputable.
Teacher who avoided going to work for 20 years is finally sacked. A teacher who used sick leave, holiday time, and permits to attend conferences so she could avoid lessons has finally been sacked. Have you heard this story?
I haven't. Keep going.
Does this surprise you at all?
Not really. Not really. Keep going.
Shinzio Paulina Delio. I reckon I've got that right.
Yeah.
You would have heard of her.
Oh, yeah.
Back then. Who has been described as Italy's worst employee. Used sick leave, holiday time, and permits to attend conferences in order to avoid lessons. She was meant to be teaching literature and philosophy at a secondary school near Venice, but rarely showed up. I'm sure the kids were devastated. I'm sure the kids were absolutely devastated their philosophy teacher didn't rock up.
Got the old relief teacher every day. We're going to make them cry. Yeah, let's go.
We've told this story on here before that we made a teacher cry, but not in year 8 when you were supposed to, absolute children. We did it in year 12 in the second half.
Oh, that's low.
It's fucking very low.
Yeah, real low.
When she did turn up to work, though, she ignored pupils, made up lessons on the spot, borrowed textbooks from children. Students went on strike after DeLeo handed out marks that bore no relation to the work handed in and sent text messages throughout oral exams.
Wow.
Would kids even notice if you made up lessons? Do you reckon?
Maybe. Depends how good you are at the performative side of it, I guess. But I think every teacher has probably made up a lesson at some point. You just go and you're like, this isn't going to work. So you quickly just come up with something. But you're definitely going to get caught out if you're trying to grade kids you don't know.
Yeah, that's another one. That's a good point, yeah. But what type of kids are going on strike because their teacher is not doing a good enough job?
Surely, do we have any context? What sort of school is it? It's obviously...
I don't know.
It must be a
pretty... bit of a
top-notch school.
It's in Venice.
Maybe a bit of parent pressure as well.
Yeah, maybe.
Go on. You should go on strike, kids.
Yeah. I could not imagine that at my school when I was growing up.
I wish my parents told me not to go to school. That would have been fun.
I actually liked school. How did you go as a student?
I just kept going because all my mates were there. But otherwise, I could have done without it. I'd probably be much worse off now, though. So I'm glad I did.
Could have done without it. Yeah, it was just a good social setting.
Yeah.
I don't know. I had the opportunity to leave, but just it was easier just to keep doing fuck all at school than actually working.
Fair enough.
But she was sacked by her school, but went to court to get her job back. However, the court reversed its decision to reinstate her after it was discovered she had only worked 4 years out of 24. The court's decision had to be confirmed by the Supreme Court due to the difficulties in sacking public sector workers. Now, this is why I can't get sacked at the council, because
here we go. Yeah.
Very difficult to sack these public sector workers. So it's a public school, though.
Yeah, well, there you go. I think anyone who works in some sort of government sector, it's pretty tough to
get sacked.
It's a
job for life, isn't it?
Well, I mean, if she's done 4 years in 24, not too, how many days a week do you spend in the truck? A bit of weather about?
So,
I'm just going to put the
So you
feet
reckon
up.
after 24 years, if you actually count the work that I've actually done,
that's 6 years worth.
We're probably looking at
24 years.
Pretty grim when you think about it.
Well,
it's where your taxpayers'
still
money's
getting
going,
paid.
folks.
Yeah.
DeLeo was described by the Italian Supreme Court as permanently and absolutely unsuitable for the job. I find that hard to believe.
I find it very hard to believe.
Despite her claims to have 3 degrees.
Oh.
I find that hard to believe.
Well, peas get degrees.
But this is my favourite comment, the last one. She refused a request for comment from Italian journalists because she was at the beach.
So couldn't even find her at work or anything. She's been fired, but living it up. Absolutely living it up. I admire, there's a part of me that really does admire the audacity.
You got to respect it, don't you?
Yeah.
Because we're in a world where we're just constantly getting crushed by the big wigs.
Yeah.
Isn't it great to see one just get one back every now and then?
Absolutely. I'm one of those guys that's always like paranoid, like, oh, I've got to make sure I'm doing a good job. I need to do a good job. And there's people out there they know how to just take the piss, and part of me really admires it.
I think so.
You got to do it. Exploit.
He's permanently and absolutely unsuitable. There's strong,
such a great quote.
Strong words.
Yeah.
I won't make you name names. Do you know any teachers that are permanently and absolutely unsuitable for the job? It has to be a yes.
There'd be a few. Yeah, absolutely. Do you reckon she's putting that on her next resume?
Permanently
and absolutely unsuitable.
Yeah. Well, it's a good tagline. It does ring. It's good.
Good on her.
It's just got me thinking about people, like the worst people at their job.
Oh yeah.
And I just wanted to look into it a bit more. And
Yep.
all I had to do was go to the bottom of the article, and there was just another article. I
Yep.
won't go all the way into it. I'll just read the headline. Italian hospital employee accused of skipping work for 15 years. Since 2005, reportedly paid £500,000 in the process. And 6 other managers at the hospital are also being investigated with alleged absenteeism, which has got me thinking, Italians, what the fuck's wrong with them?
I don't know if I should. Can we comment on that? That's more people just getting in a job. Actually, the onus needs to be put back on their systems then, if that's the case. We got that many people in Italy running around with jobs they're not attending. Who's making sure they're attending? Who's watching them? 24 years later, they're just like, hang on.
Oh,
there's a bit of an anomaly here.
Well, they just invented the roll call in 2023.
Yeah.
Oh, actually, we could look this up. Oh, hang on.
Finally
3/4 of our workforce actually haven't been here.
What do you know?
But yeah, it's got me thinking about worst workers in the world.
Workers.
Well, people are just the worst in their field. And I just got a few others.
Let's go.
Comedy.
Yeah.
I know you're very harsh on your comedians.
Am I?
Ryan Reynolds.
Well, you've used the comedian word loosely, I see. Very loosely.
Don't get him started.
Oh, I'm started. It's too late.
You don't find him funny, do you?
He's not funny at all.
Is he the worst comedian in the world?
He's pretty bad. I don't know all the comedians in the world, but...
Well, let me throw another name at you. Amy Schumer.
Oh.
We've touched on her before on here. I don't think we need to go on that.
Nah.
Just not funny.
Not funny.
Not funny. Towards sport, I want to look towards last night. Pat Cummins as a captain. Could he be the worst captain of all time?
I'm not having that. I'll fight you over that.
All right.
We'll
touch a bit on that after.
Yeah, we'll get there.
And
I can think of a few.
And the last one I got is a dude I used to work with called...
Any particular reason? You don't want to defame him on your...
Yeah, fuck him.
Fair enough.
He was... everyone just was spewing when they had to work with him. He was absolute danger to the place.
Yeah, right.
More than I am.
You did pose that question to me earlier about who's really bad at their job.
Yeah.
And obviously the ones that come to mind straight away are certain sports people, politicians, you know.
Yep.
There's a few we'll probably touch on when we talk cricket, I guess.
Yeah.
But I thought you were going to mention our mate Stockton Rush.
Stockton Rush?
The Ocean Gate fella.
Oh.
Who runs a company sending submarines down and...
Yeah, he could be
not very good at it.
He's probably the number one worst submarine.
Not very good at it. You'd be wishing he didn't show up to his job for 24 years. He won't now.
Yeah, no, he fucking was bad. He was bad. How? I don't know. Like, what would it make you get on one of those? Did you see the size of that thing?
I don't know how people have looked at that and thought 250K to sit in this tube with a monitor.
Xbox controller. It's
A couple of
controlled by
Bunnings screws into the wall and a Logitech controller.
Yeah, the screws straight into the side.
Nah, mate. I'll just sit on the boat.
Do you have much sympathy for these rich people that got on the submarine?
I think you know I don't. They're goo now anyway.
Have you seen some of those videos that like recreate what happens on like implosions of some of those? It's like an actual like gone. That'd be the way to go out, I reckon.
We're better than slowly running out of air. Just instant goo.
Instant goo.
Good night, Irene.
The Ashes was last night.
Yes.
How'd you see the Ashes? Did you watch it?
I did watch it.
Second test, day
I've been loving
5. We were cruising for what we thought was going to be an easy victory. We're paying like $1.20 to England's $9. And then Ben Stokes changes it all.
Yeah, he did that thing again where we've got PTSD about what happened at Leeds 4 years ago, and then we were watching it again, and I think as you're watching it, you're thinking about last time, and you kind of, I don't know about you, I was sitting in the same spot and just thinking this is all too real again.
It was just all happening again, wasn't it? It was the exact same scenario, 4th innings, we were home. What did you think of the bowling tactics?
I get it.
You get it?
I get it. It's a tough watch, though.
It's a tough watch.
It's a real tough watch. And when, I guess the thing is, what was the other plan, I guess? I don't know, but we didn't really get to see one.
The thing, what's the difference between the first innings and the second innings where all of a sudden they just can't bowl at the stumps on a normal field?
Yeah.
Why do they feel the need, like it's some sort of rush, to bounce them every ball? Especially some of these bowlers that were like aren't great batters. Like with 1 wicket to go, like the game was pretty much won. Just it dragged out another 20 minutes
surely
because
just
they were
play a shot,
bouncing Jimmy Anderson, who was never going to hook one for 6.
Nah.
I was just sitting there. Before that Ben Stokes wicket, I was just sitting there seething.
Yeah.
Ready to put thanks for the TV.
When he gets like that as well, he looks like he is literally never going to get out. And you just sitting there like, it's just, there's nothing you can do.
There was 80,
there taking it.
I remember there being 80 runs to go. And I was just like, there was just still a fair amount.
Yeah.
And I was just like, this is over.
It's done.
He just looked so in.
Yeah.
But he was dropped 3 times, to be fair.
Yeah. And that's cricket, I guess. You get the 1 wicket changes everything so quickly.
But the big talking point of the night.
Let's do it.
There was a few questionable to some sportsmanship tactics employed.
Yep.
Which brings me into the game I've got today. Play on or not on?
Oh.
So I've got a few scandalous sporting scandals.
Yeah.
And you just got to tell me if you reckon it's play on, that it's fair, what happened, or it's not on, you can't be doing that sort of stuff.
Okay.
Alex Carey stumping on Johnny Bairstow. Play on or not on?
Play on.
Play on.
One of the best things I've ever seen.
His foot was still in the crease when he threw the ball.
Yep.
Did you see some of these English people trying to say it was not in the spirit of the game? What would you say to that?
I have a lot to say about that. I think you want to talk about the spirit of the game. These guys spent hundreds of years trying to take over the entire world. I think you're due a few wickets that are outside the spirit of the game, for starters. Also, he's taken the ball and in one motion thrown it. Like it's a genuine stumping. Otherwise, are you allowed to stump anyone off spin bowling, or is that outside the spirit of the game too? Where do we draw the line?
Because the Barmy Army posted a screenshot of the rules of the game and said the ball is dead as soon as it hits the keeper's gloves.
Settled in the gloves.
So that assumes all stumpings are illegal.
Wouldn't it? Yeah. But except
that's how I'd read that.
Both teams do need to acknowledge that the ball is dead though. And Carey's thrown it straight away, so clearly not.
Stuart Broad goes up to Alex Carey and says, "This is all you'll ever be remembered for." What do you have to say to Stuart Broad?
I think Stuart Broad and we'll just say England, and we'll say more broadly anyone involved in Lords. Right? While we're on this, like Lords, can we just every time there's always It's going up the hill. It's running downhill. We get it. There's a slope at Lords. Like, it's 2023. Any danger of a spirit level?
Get the excavator out. It couldn't be that fucking hard.
Any danger of leveling this thing out? And then at one end, they've got these fancy futuristic looking thing that looks like they've got these stands that look like
a spaceship at one
look
end.
like the shells of a Titanic submersible that's about to implode.
Looks like the two Ocean Gate fucking submarines on two sides of the fucking media
And then
box.
at the other end, they've got this old brick building with wooden chairs inside where you're trying to look through an 1800s window and some pillars to
on
watch the game.
floorboards. If I wanted to do that, I'd watch the game at my grandparents' house.
Wearing the ugliest jackets and ties I've ever seen in my life. And then you want to rip out the same old Aussies. Like, get in the bin, Lords. Get in the bin, Stuart Broad. Get in the bin, England.
I couldn't have said it better myself.
I had to get that out. That was
I knew you were building up to that all night. I knew that was coming. You feel better?
I feel a little bit better. I'll feel better when we win 3-0 the series.
Or 5-0.
Or 5.
Imagine a 5-0
still on, isn't it?
English.
Yeah.
All right, so play on.
Play on every day of the week.
Play on every day of the
Even
week.
if they had done it, I will clear up. Even if they had done it. Yeah.
I've got a few more cricket ones and a few other sporting ones.
Yep, let's go.
Stuart Broad not walking. So for those who didn't know, this was an Ashes series in Australia a few years ago.
Yep.
Can't remember who was bowling. Nathan Lyon.
Can't remember.
So, I don't know. Someone was spinning. Edges it. Caught at slip.
Yep.
I think it was at slip. Clear and obvious edge. Looks at the umpire. Everyone assumes it's out. No finger from the umpire. Broad just stands there with a bland face. Play on or not on?
He's always got a bland face. Play on, actually.
I agree.
I hate him, but
I agree.
you win some, you lose some with the umpires. And, you know, speaking of people who are terrible at their jobs, most people who officiate sports. So play on.
It's up to the umpires, isn't it?
It is.
You don't kick one over the post in footy and go, you know what?
Unless you
that's
can
a point.
guarantee that every other player is going to walk in that situation, which you can't, then play on.
Because it is the Ashes. It's the biggest rivalry in cricket.
Yeah.
Say you walk, next innings, same thing happens.
I'd be filthy if Travis Head walked or Steve Smith
and he hasn't been given out.
I don't want a bar of it. Yeah.
Play on?
Duckett should have walked though.
Oh,
Play on.
did you see that? Nah, he's so ugly, that guy, isn't he? Did you see that meme or what I sent in the chat, what he looks like? Oh, great. All right. The sandpaper incident. Didn't look great for us at the time.
Nah, terrible.
Reflecting back on it, play on or not on?
Not on.
Not on. That's a bit too far,
I
isn't it?
think we're all pretty on board with the fact that ball tampering is not on. That's fine. I do, however, think they were punished super harsh considering there's been plenty of other ball tampering incidents in the past.
England themselves.
Moeen
Moeen Ali.
Ali. Yeah.
Graham Swan, I reckon, a couple of times.
Everyone, probably. Everyone in cricket.
Who hasn't? Me.
Who hasn't tampered a ball?
Was it?
Yeah. Nah, not on, though.
Not on. Murali's action. He's a Sri Lankan spinner from 2000s.
Yep.
Walks in and he does the most strange looking fucking right angle chuck
with
thing.
his doozra.
He got called for a no ball in Australia on Boxing Day, I reckon. It was subject to controversy. How do you say it? Play on or not on?
What are we calling his action
play
or
on,
the umpires?
Is it legal? A legal action, or do you think his action's cheating?
I'm going play on.
Play on, yeah.
I think he's he was tested as well by the ICC. They did that thing where they
got
put
the protractors out.
Yeah, he did the Gollum thing in the suit and was like,
it didn't look good to the naked eye though, did it?
No, it didn't look good, but he got cleared, and then that umpire just starting to call no balls in that situation, ball after ball with him standing there. I would have cried if it was me.
Yeah. What do you want me to do? What do you want?
I've been cleared. What do you want me to do? This umpire's just taking it on himself.
So was that after he got cleared?
Yeah.
After he got cleared?
I'm pretty sure, yeah.
It's a bit of a nod on by the umpire there.
It's a nod on, and I think the action is a play on as well.
All right.
He's been cleared.
I got a few ones. We'll head to a bit of football.
Yep. Like egg
The round ball,
or
the round ball. The round ball.
Right.
Suarez handball on the line. 2010 World Cup. It's quarterfinal. Ghana have never been this far in their lives. I reckon the scores are even. They put this shot on at goal in the minute in extra time. Suarez on the line, handballs it, saves it from going in, runs around celebrating. He's a fucking idiot. They then save the penalty.
Yep.
Is it play on or not on? Because justice was served with a red card and a penalty.
It was.
Or is it out of the...
It's almost...
Both can be true, I think.
Both can be true. I can't actually remember this one, but I think that's where we're heading into the... in rugby, they've got like the penalty try type thing.
Yeah.
We're heading into that sort of territory where it's like, nah, just award the goal.
Yeah.
But
then we're heading in towards the territory. You're a professional footballer.
How hard is it to just tuck a penalty away? Oh, we've done this on the pod.
We've done this one before. We've done this one before.
Yeah. Take your chances. I'm going to say play on because it's up to the
justice
referees
was
and stuff.
Justice was served. Red card, penalty.
Poor form by Suarez, but you do what you do.
Another one. Maradona.
Yeah.
Hand of God.
Play on.
Play on. You're strong on this one. This is similar to the Stuart Broad one, I reckon.
Just England lost, so play on. That's I can't make that any more clearer.
Yeah.
Like
so for those who don't know, he's gone up for a header. He was never getting his head to it.
Yeah.
Little small man.
Stuck the fist out.
Stuck the fist up, got it over the keeper, punches it in like he's some AFL fullback coming in from behind.
The golden fist. Bang.
And it goes into the goal. Doesn't even hesitate, but to celebrate and run off to the corner.
Spud Frawley would have been proud.
I think so. Is this another one we just put down to the ref?
We put down to, it's incompetent refereeing. I think it is pretty poor by Diego as well.
Yep.
But you struggle to sympathise with the Poms. So,
That's how I thought it.
For the sake of the pod, I'll say play on.
You might not have heard about this one. The Spanish Paralympic basketball team.
Oh, yeah.
Have you heard about this scandal?
I have not. Where have you dug this up?
The 2000 Olympics in Sydney.
Yeah.
The Spanish Paralympic basketball team, they won gold. And then a few people were like, well, this doesn't sound right.
Ooh,
and
not right.
It was alleged. Oh, no, it was proven that 10 of the 12 people were not Paralympians.
Oh.
Well, they were, but they weren't disabled. Disabled, that's the word. And they had their... Where do you sit with the morality of pretending you're disabled?
It's pretty bad.
To win gold medal.
To win a gold medal. Like, it's... Back to the work thing, there's that little bit of you that kind of respects the audacity. Done. Not so much the actual act, but the fact that there's people out there that have the audacity or the balls to just do it.
On such a scale.
On that level as well, like the Olympics, like the Paralympics. Yeah,
10 out of 12 were not disabled.
10 out of 12, that's...
How bad would you feel if you were the third best disabled basketballer in Spain?
You didn't get picked because these other blokes rocked up.
Oh, geez, they're pretty good.
Yeah, not bad.
He just got out of his chair.
Been training for this my whole life, and these guys just rocked up and see you later.
Play on or not on?
It's not on.
It's not on.
But again, who's checking this?
Well, they did check it, and they did get their medals stripped.
But how is it not? How has it gotten
how do
to
you
them
get
winning
past
gold?
The European qualifiers?
How do they get past entering?
Oh, those guys walking over there with their wheelchairs under their arms.
The Paralympics just has a trust process. Honesty policy.
System.
Yeah. Dob yourself in.
And last one I've got.
Yep.
Fine Cotton. Are you aware of this?
Fine Cotton.
Fine Cotton. That was the racehorse that got painted by its owner and won a race up in Eagle Farm.
Okay.
One of Australia's great scandals. I haven't got the full details on here, but I remember, I think it was, they painted the horse.
Yep.
And this horse was a bad horse. And then all of a sudden they go, geez, this horse gets home down the outside, all right?
Different horse.
Yeah, just with a white stripe. And
just did a racing stripe on it.
Yeah. It's like that move.
It's a zebra. Yeah, racing stripes.
Yeah, got back to the mounting yard. Geez. starting to sweat a bit. Its spots are coming off.
She's just shedding.
I wonder if that movie was loosely based on Fine Cotton.
Oh, baby.
We'll have to look into that. Play on or not on?
It's obviously not on. And who the fuck paints a horse? And how did you get the horse to stand like? I don't know. Who paints a horse? It's just...
Who paints a horse?
Who paints a horse is the question I've got after all this.
That could be the title for the episode. Done.
Done. I like it. Very good.
Have you got anything else you'd like to say while you're in here today?
Nah, I think I've got all my therapy out the way with the cricket stuff, but...
Hypothetical, if there was some England cricket fans listening, what would you like to say? Is there anything you'd like to say to them? What about the ones like, there's Australians who were born in Australia and then think they're English
I can think
fans?
of a few.
Would you like to say anything to them?
Yeah, if you love that overcast, tiny little place, why don't you go live there? We'll have paradise here.
Yeah.
Well, it's middle of winter right now, but
It's fucking freezing, man.
I guess the only thing I'd like to say is a nice patronising chin up.
Chin up.
Should be right.
Same old Aussies, always winning.
2-0.
2-0.
Yeah.
All right, cheers for coming in, mate.
No worries. Enjoyed it.
All right, see you next week. Cheers.
Catch
Bye.
ya.